Well, hello YouTube. Good morning. Here we are. We have ourselves a later start to the day, but I guess they start the day nonetheless. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, it's been quite a few days since I vlogged. I took a breakaway and pretty much took care of a few things that needed to have been took care of. Focused on, well, personal matters. Got a couple of things squared away. No, I haven't gone for surgery yet because, well, the appointment date's not for a while more, and they haven't done their part and sent me the paperwork. I have no idea what their problem is, but the last time I went for surgery I had an appointment on I believe it was the 3rd, and I was booked for surgery the 5th. It might have been just the luck of the draw, you know, with the appointment date and the surgery date, just bam bam, but I have a feeling this time around they are dragging their heels. Because I don't know whether they don't want to do the surgery and they just want to play the old injection game, or what their problem is. All I know is, well, driving to the city for a 5-minute injection appointment doesn't really make any sense to me. One, it's a huge waste of money, huge waste of my time, huge waste of wear and tear on my vehicle. Especially when I have asked repeatedly here in town for, you know, my family doctor or the clinic or the hospital or, I don't know, the veterinarian to do the injection, and nobody here will do it because, well, it's supposed to be some kind of controlled substance where it needs to be properly monitored. Well, if it's a controlled substance and all, why does he leave the vials laying on his desk when he leaves the room, you know, where anybody could walk in and grab them, or even I could get a vial when he's not looking either, and it's like, really, you know? So whatever, have no idea what it's gonna hold, but all I know is it's been very, very frustrating, and extra frustration and stress eventually takes its toll. Well, I've been in the garage doing a little bit of straightening on out. If you guys seen the update video, which went live a couple of weeks ago, it is still not perfect by all means, but you can walk down the center. This bicycle, I'm not sure what to do with exactly, but I have some stuff here to put away still. There's kind of a pile in the corner that I'm not 100% sure what to do with. Another bicycle back there. Well, today I want to fire up the heater once more and do some putting away in the tool room. Get that all squared on away. But first, with the big spring melt that's gone on, I would like to get some of this cardboard out of the yard. Because, well, it's the recycle people won't take it. They won't take it unless it's in these expensive labeled blue bags, and I don't know, maybe it's just me being stubborn. I won't pay for their branded expensive blue bags, nor will I, you know, so of course I have to load it on up and take it down to the big bin. A lot of times the cardboard just ends up at the dump, and it's like, really? You know, you guys take it to the landfill? Because once it's been wet, it's not much, well, much good to anybody, right? But way back, the system, the old system before these people took it over, they actually would take your cardboard at the curb as long as it was broke down. Well, this new system is like, you know, very frustrating. So we'll get all that loaded on up, and then, well, it'll be good to go for another bit. The Princess Auto is having a sale today, so I wouldn't mind to go down and pick up a couple of things. Still undecided whether I'm going to tackle a certain project myself, get her, you know, installed, changed over myself, or if I'm going to hire it out or pay it done. Because, well, it's kind of one of them things that if I break it or break something, then it's going to cost more. Where these people are so-called professionals, and they know what they're dealing with. They know how to handle these clips and wiring and stuff, and plus, you know how it goes, right? You mess something up, then you're in larger trouble. However, that being said, there are no videos on YouTube on how to do this particular thing, and it would be neat to not to have the first tutorial video, but to put it out there to help people, you know. I've done it in the past with some of my videos where they've been, you know, assembly videos and such, where there wasn't a video out there, and they've been received very, very, very well. Because, well, obviously, you know, they're there for a reason, right? The instructions were very unclear, or there was trouble, and I found a new way or a better way of doing it, and it just works out best for everybody. So it's one of those things I got to do. If I don't do it before I go for surgery, well, then obviously I'm going to have to pay it done afterwards, but because it'll probably be a bit before I'll get the fine use back in the hand where it should be. And this is kind of the way she goes. It's part of life, right? But pretty much, guys, gonna get going and rolling, get a few things done, and yeah, you guessed her, we'll catch y'all later. A little bit of an update. Well, you know how sometimes a day doesn't quite go exactly the way you had planned for it to go. Sometimes things pop up, or the direction of the day changes slightly, which then, well, makes things go a different direction. Well, of course, this morning I had big plans about getting in the garage here and doing things and stuff. However, of course, you know, sometimes something bright and shiny hops by and you get distracted and, well, chasing that instead. Well, got the cardboard loaded up at least. Some of it's frozen down, so some of it will have to wait for a little bit longer. Maybe when the weather was warm last week, when we had our +5, you know, warming stretch. But a guy could have got under it and pulled it up. However, you know, I kind of missed that, but it is what it is. It's only 1 or 2 pieces anyway, so it's not a huge deal if I have to dispose of them or so. But so got those loaded in the Silverado, and well, of course, I made the mistake of driving the Silverado, and maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, you know, getting attachments to things. But I drove the Silverado, and you start to feel what you felt for it the first time you drove it. It reminds me of my first truck, which was an old Isuzu pickup of all things. I think it was a 2600 4-cylinder 5-speed 2-wheel drive. You want to talk about rusty? You were afraid to put your feet down hard because you might step through the floor. That was my first truck. My dad actually traded his auto body tools kind of for it, and at the time I didn't understand why he did it, but as I grew up I understood well, possession and acquisition, and the fact that they belong to somebody else now, and we were lucky enough to get away with what we got away with, because the guy that owned the land and the property did not have to do what he did. So that old rusty truck was my first truck. Learned to drive stick. I went all over the place with it, like I mean all over the place, and people would look at that truck and think, why are you driving such a beat up old rusty truck? But truth be told, that was the best darn truck I ever owned. when you consider the sentimental attachment behind it. Well, this old Silverado, even though I've only had her for a few years, still it's been a few years, enough to get attached to it as well. And you know, it was kind of my dad's truck as well, and he's no longer here, and it is now mine. So it's kind of got attachments to it as well, and you start to grasp, or want to grasp, onto sentimental things, or at least me anyway, where that's one of the last things, or one more of the things that I have a dad's, and it kind of hurts to let her go. But at the same time, all winter I probably only put about 100k, maybe 200k on that whole truck. All winter it sat in the driveway, and it was like, you come think about it in the spring and it's like, really? You know, do you really enjoy a truck that much just to let it sit there? You know, it's like those guys with the classic cars sitting, you know, in their yard or behind their barn. Oh, I'm going to fix that up someday. Well, it's already been sitting there for 20 years. You think it's going to be fixed up in the next 20? You know, chances are no, right? And you'll see those photos of 50-year-old trees are so growing up through these cars, and, you know, I'm going to use it someday, right? So if I could pass that truck, I suppose, on to somebody else that'll treasure it, not just beat the crap out of it because it's an old truck, then, well, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I know I do have her listed on the classifieds, and the price is a little on the high side, but at the same time, I don't want to sell it, and at the same time, I don't want somebody to get it, and, well, this is only a $3,000 truck, so it doesn't really matter, right? So if you make a person pay for it, maybe they'll treasure it, rather than just beating the crap out of it. If that truck were to be an automatic, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Or if I weren't laid up like I am, then I would be able to drive that truck daily without an issue. With injuries that I have, I've become the point where I can't even enjoy my own truck, and I've had to go out and buy another vehicle just to get around to their 5-minute doctor's appointments in the city, which really sucks, you know. That's part of the reason that I've got a bit of a thorn in my side about their 5-minute appointments, because there's no reason for it. It's not like they can't be done here, they just won't. But pretty much, guys, of course, got all that cardboard loaded up. I posted a few classified ads, answered a few emails and such. Got a plan, I guess you could say, for tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to hold out. Some of you people might think I'm insane, but at the same time, money's money. And if you have a chance to make money, then, well, why not make it, right? And if things go the way that I'm hoping them to go, I will have made enough to put probably a good 80% down payment on something more that would be more of the direction that I'm going for. Some people might think I'm crazy going from what I have to what I'm going to, but if it works the way that I am you know, counting on it going, then it'll be fine. If I get a crazy lowball offer on this item I'm going to meet up with tomorrow, then, well, it's not going to happen. You know, I got a really sweet deal on it in January there. For those of you that have been watching my videos know what it is. And, well, I won't let it go for anything less, especially coming into the season right now. And given the price other ones just like it are going for that are older, that don't have the same upgrades, that have been well used, I got a really good deal on this one, as well as I feel the price I'm asking is close to the so-called going rate. But pretty much, guys, not much of a vlogging day, but you know, that's kind of the way sometimes she turns out. it kind of is what it is, and around we go. So gonna end her all here. Remember, we do have a fan mail box. The address is down below. Send me your letters, send me your decals, send me all your good stuff. If you have a product you want me to do a review on to use, send her. Feel free to send her to the box. Send me a message on Facebook. Let me know what you're doing so I know to expect it. If you do send me a parcel of some kind, regardless of what it is, try to get her with a tracking number because, well, sometimes Canada Post tends to keep the items that I order and then denies that they were ever sent. But, well, that's the way it goes when you're depending on a third-party source. But that's a rant for another day. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.